ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stardom Review. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the princess of thugonomics herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I am doing great, Andre. I cleaned out my basement today. I found a vintage sweater. I decided to wear it. It's surprising it fits,
Some vintage
um,
John Cena right there.
right? And I bought this brand new, so I'm kind of like joking that I am also vintage because your girl gets better with age. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Been a good last few days. We hung out on the weekend, went to watch some pro wrestling, watched the show we're about to review, went clubbing
Mhm,
together. Just a good old weekend. And now we're here. I've had a couple days just doing work in my house and working on
mhm.
stuff, and just I'm doing okay.
Good, good. I actually planted my tomatoes finally, and then I was like, glad I didn't plant them outside.
Oh yeah, started snowing yesterday.
Uh,
Oh, I feel
apparently
bad.
it's gonna be May soon, but you wouldn't
Oh,
know it here in
oh
Alberta.
no, no! I've seen that thing. So many people today because as we
You're
recorded this,
welcome.
it's May 1st, and so many people are posting the NSYNC. It's gonna be May bullcrap.
I mean,
Oh
it's one of those
man!
timeless things that for me just gets funnier each year because it aggravates more and more people. So thank you for
Oh, don't get me wrong.
contributing to my
And
comedy.
in 3 days, we're gonna get nothing but Star Wars posts because it's gonna be May the Fourth be with you. So,
Right? Right? People are funny.
um, yeah, people are hilarious. It's great. It's a grand old time at the Opry.
I've been to the Opry, fun fact.
Ah, there you go. I have not. So,
I got to see Alan Jackson perform. We're getting off topic.
Alan Jackson is awesome. So
He is pretty awesome.
I gotta say this. My favorite thing about Alan Jackson is not even him. It's when South Park made fun of him and made fun of his 9/11 song and made it the Ladder to Heaven song from South Park.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I've not seen that, and I'm
Oh, it's
currently happy that I haven't.
it's genius stuff. It's genius stuff.
Let's talk
But
about some fun stuff that we watched this weekend, my friend. The Stardom Queendom show.
yeah, All Star Grand Queendom. We're gonna get into that in just a second. Before we do that, I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Appreciate all y'all guys tuning in here, uh, opening up the video or downloading this and listening to the audio on Sunday Night's Main Event. If you're listening on Sunday's Main Event, thank you so very much. You can find that at sundaysmainevent.com. Um, you can please give us a like, a 5-star review, subscribe to the RSS feed, whatever you want to do there. And if you want to support, it's $4 American at Sunday Night's Main Event or patreon.com/SNME radio. You can support them over there. They're putting up all of our stuff in audio form. And then for all those which watching on YouTube, whether it's Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, whether it's Backbreaker Video, thank you so much for joining in and watching us on the YouTubes because we're long winded. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, share us out to your friends, family, weird little aliens from the other side of the universe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong. Don't
Hello.
encourage people to be contacting aliens. Malball's got enough problems. She
I'm
doesn't
down.
need little gray men showing up at her back door.
Come on, you want men showing up at your door? Come on.
Yeah, but not the back one. Not the back one. There's no gate back there. That means you hop the fence, B. No, thank you.
Oh, they're still interested in you. Come on.
I ain't that desperate yet.
Not yet.
We're getting there, but not yet.
So we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna talk some All Star Grand Queendom 2024. Um, we watched this on Saturday afternoon, a few hours after it had aired live in Japan because I think we were awake when this was happening. We were just watching Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the first one I think, because it was when we got home from wrestling. We got back from wrestling.
Um,
Yeah, because we watched Cloudy that we yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Watching this live, we watched Cloudy.
like go through it in my head on the schedule of what he did this weekend. Yes, we watched it after LPW.
Yeah, I could not handle trying to take notes for this that late at night when I was already been up all day. I was like, no way, nope,
Yay.
no way, nope, 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 nope.
No, instead we woke up and had breakfast to it.
Yeah, and we ate oatmeal, watched this, then we ate rice and chili, and we watched this,
Mhm.
and it was a great show, and it was a good morning. I really enjoyed watching it with you, which we don't do a lot, so
No.
other than live
No, we
events.
don't. True,
So,
true. And we
so
don't even
I
review those.
when we watch these right after, so we haven't seen the a couple of the pre-show matches
Mhm.
that were on this card. So I'm just gonna give the results of them. I don't know the finishes. I don't know if you've watched them. Have you gone back and watched them? No,
Nope.
I haven't
Negative.
had I haven't had a chance yet. I've been watching New Japan, getting ready for another show we're gonna do, and then we got
Mhm.
the New Japan shows that are coming this weekend. So that are the next couple of
Uh,
days. So it's lots and lots and lots of wrestling.
yeah, because then next week we got AEW, we got RCW, we got something else, don't we?
No, AEW, CWE,
WWE?
and Top Talent.
Oh,
Lots of
right,
it.
because RCW is after.
This
Goodness
fall,
gracious,
RCW is
golly,
the
Miss Molly.
following weekend on the 19th.
Holy fracking, so much wrestling. What a time to be a wrestling fan.
Oh my God, so much wrestling, and I love it. If you're in the Alberta, if you're in Alberta and you go, there's so much great stuff out there. I know there's a lot of fan base in if you're listening to SNME that comes out of Toronto. So
Mhm.
much good wrestling there. Smash and Greek towns there. There's a bunch of promotions there. Just so much. There's There's that lucha promotion there. I can't remember the name of it. The Gringo Locos always on like almost every show there. So like, and C4 wrestling is in that area. So there's lots of good indie wrestling everywhere. And then just
Mm.
no matter where you are in the States, in anywhere in Canada, or in Europe, wherever you are, there's so much good wrestling out there, indie or not. It's just go check it out. It's so much fun. Like you can see the stars tomorrow because I've met some guys that have made their debuts in the big companies that I knew as just random guys on the indie scene. So it's weird.
I love how at the beginning you said, we are long-winded.
No, I'm long winded, that's for sure.
That is all you, sir.
First match of the evening, it was Momokogo versus Rana Yamagi, and I think we both predicted this for Momokogo to win this. I,
Mhm.
I think we both said that on Japanese Wrestling Update. Yeah, Momokogo did defeat
Yeah.
Rana Yamagi.
Good, good. I mean, Kim, she just kind of went overseas. She's had a couple opportunities at the Strong Women's Championship. It's nice to see her come back and get some wins, especially with this nice new blue gear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rana, I mean, I didn't see the match, but I assume Rana did Rana things and karate
Momo
chopped the crap out of Momo.
and Mobo flew around.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
suspect we got a 619 from Momo. Like,
yeah. I'm hoping to see Momo start to get. She's been here a couple of years now. I think she's out
mm,
of that new development style. I hope we start seeing her getting more meaningful wins, getting more prominent positions. And I know not
mm,
everybody can be challenging for a title. I understand that, but give her I would like to see her move up a bit. Not to be a
mm,
champion, but like move her up. Start giving her wins. Yes, she's gonna take losses.
yeah.
We all do, but they all do. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, especially given the exit recently of so
Mhm.
many
Oh,
stars.
again, there's places to step up to. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
The other pre-show match was Cosmic Angels, Aya Sakura, and Yuna Mizumori taking on Lady C and Ryan. And Cosmic Angels did defeat Lady C and Ryan. Ryan taking the pin. Better not be Lady C.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
see this, so I'm gonna try to keep my criticisms to a minimal here. 'Cause Rihanna is so good for how new she is.
Hmm.
I feel like she's performing a little bit better than Aya Sakura, which is a little disappointing because I was a big Sakura fan when she first came in, but that the absence that she recently had over the last couple months at the end of 2023 there has really kind of put a damper for me on her in-ring ability. So I'm
Hmm.
hoping that the joinage with Yuna Mizumori, who we know is an incredible wrestler, I'm hoping that the join year with her, with Cosmic Angels, that is going to benefit both Sayaka and Kurara.
Yeah, I hope so. I'd like to see these. And again, I don't know this for sure, but rumors are online that Aya was injured. So
Oh,
injury can set you back if you're not in the ring training. You're not doing. It means you're not getting better, and in reality, you do kind of regress a bit because you have to get the rust off. You have to get used to things. So again, from what
that's true.
it's all rumor. I don't know if she was actually hurt or not, but that's the rumor that she
It would
was
make
out
sense.
injured, and that's why she wasn't around. So I hope
Mhm,
that again, maybe that's why she's seeing sort of come back is because she's
mhm,
getting the rust off and everything. So yeah,
mhm, mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and like we know that these girls fill their days with their training and stuff like that just because of what we see of them
Mm.
posting online and stuff like that. So again, my hope is that there is a definite kind of move back up that mountain because she was great when she first started coming in, but like I said, the absence has definitely had an impact on her ability.
Oh, 100%. But I
Mhm.
see I see great ability in her, and she will do
Oh
fine.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%. That karate background is going to help her a lot with her stability and like focus, especially with
yeah,
those kicks.
100%. So we move on. Future Stardom Championship. It's Arena defending against Sayaka Kurara, and I made the thing up. There's a small chance that Kurara could win this. Nope, that didn't happen. I said small chance. I said Rena's probably remember. They said there was a small chance.
I think I said it was like a bacterial cellular level chance.
Yeah, and you were right.
Yeah. But you know what? She did so good. I
Oh yeah.
told you that Rena would give her a fantastic match, and this was a fantastic match.
Oh yeah, I felt like Carrara got a lot of good offense here in throughout the
Mhm,
match. Like, she got to be in control a good bit. Like fighting off the judo tosses.
mhm,
Yeah, being able to fight out as strong as she did out of like the arm bars and stuff.
mhm, mhm.
Carrara, she's got great fire when throwing those drop kicks too.
Absolutely. When she fires up, it's when we start to see some real, like, great stuff come out of her.
Yeah. She Carrara hitting the fisherman spinning neck breaker for two at one point.
Mm, yeah.
Rena cuts her off at one point and gets that modified octopus lock, but Carrara fights and gets the ropes. Rena goes up, but she does miss the double knees. Carrara hits this great spear to follow it up and gets a two count. That spear she does, it looks like she just lawn darts herself into somebody's gut, and it's
Oh,
just like
yeah.
yeah. It the way she does it reminded me of was it Cobb and Connors the first when like the way she leaped when he came full steam in for and actually speared Cobb the second time in that match a
Mhm,
couple weeks back and actually took him down because again it's just such fire the same way Connor just like right in I loved it
mhm.
yeah
Mhm, mhm.
um
It's really awesome because she is typically very petite and minute and mousy
mm,
when she is wrestling, but when she fires up and she gets that almost glorious chaos inside of her, those spears are solid. Like, don't let the small size fool you. She rocks you with those things. She's rocked some bigger people too with that spear. I mean, she rocked Natsuko Tora with that freaking spear.
mm.
Girl ain't nobody to mess with.
No, and so she goes for. We thought she was going up, like she got in like the cutter position, then ran up the corner. I'm thinking she's going for sliced bread, but then she just jumps out into what was, if you're a WWE fan, Spike Dudley's Dudley Dog, or better known as the Acid Drop. She hits an acid drop. I'm like, oh, okay. Like it just looked off to us. I'm like, oh, actually, we're expecting when somebody does that, you're expecting to hit a sliced bread and go over the top instead of like pushing out and I laughed so hard when I saw it.
Maybe that's what it was supposed to be, and maybe she didn't get enough momentum
It's possible.
going into it to go over, so she just kind of adjusted to make
And
it work. I mean, I thought it ended up looking pretty good,
oh
all
yeah.
things considering.
Oh, very much so. And I think out of that, if it was a mistake, I think she should keep using the acid drop like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Um
Absolutely. A happy
yeah.
little mistake.
Yeah. At one point Carrara fights off Pink Devil, which is that gory special. Gets a jackknife for 2. Rina hits the inverted suplex, goes up, double knee drop off the top, and Rina is your victor. She is still the future of Stardom champion.
Yes. Yeah, I don't have too much to add to this because I just jumped in where applicable. Yeah, this was a solid opener. And like honestly, the best I've seen Kurara. I almost said Kurawa. Kurara. Best I've seen Kurara look. I knew Rena was gonna put her through it. We knew that she was gonna give her a great match, and boy howdy, I was not disappointed. This was a great way to open the show.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Goms.
So we move on. Tag 6-person tag match. It's God's Eyes, Konami, Suri, and Ami Sourei. Or I wrote Konamin is what I wrote. I think I went to do the little thing you put between words.
Bracket?
No, the not a period, but the other one. No, not a period, but the other one. A colon has the 2 comma. That's it. I'm sorry, my brain's not working. I guess it's the N on my phone, and I held it, but it just came up as an N for some reason. Taking on Empress Nexus Venus, Zena, Hanako, and Waka Tsukiyama. Again, I thought really good match. Konami coming out with this like harsh PK to Zena early into the back, then follows it up with one to the front. You're like, oh god, yeah.
Wasn't this the kick that I told you, like where she did similar to Mayu, where instead of doing it perpendicular to the spine, she changed the trajectory of her leg so that it was pretty much parallel to the spine. Oh, those look rough. So rough.
Yeah. As I wrote here, wheelbarrow butt drop by Zena and Waka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
Konami disarms the Waka weapon with a kick to the ass.
Yeah. Ouch. Poor Waka.
Oh yeah. Okay, some good stuff. Ami, Suri comes in with she's kicking the crap out of Waka. Gets the armbar. Ami's in. Hits an atomic drop. Hanako comes in, just running over Ami. They start smashing into each other, trading shoulder blocks. Zena gets some pretty solid chops on Ami, but she fights back at the suplex. Konami gets a drop kick in the ropes and a bridging fisherman suplex to Zena for 2. Zena gets a leg trap suplex on Konami, but she goes like crashing into the rope. Zena posted it in the when she faced off against Sareee. It's when she caught a kick and then turned around and did it's almost like a fisherman with the leg pulled in a bit different direction. She got her up, but they ended up going crashing into the ropes. I don't know if she was intending to drop her into the ropes, but they went crashing into the ropes.
Yeah, I don't think that was supposed to happen, no.
So Waka comes in. She gets the Waka weapon from the ropes to Konami. Konami gets a flying armbar to Waka, but Waka like rolls over and stacks her for a pin to break it up. Konami just rings a Saturn, but EXV breaks it up. EXV triple team and hit the triple attack. Hanako suplexes Waka onto Konami, and Waka hits a straight jacket slam, but the pin is broken up. Konami pulls the double arm bar with the leg over the face, but Waka fights her way to the ropes. Bridging German by Konami into Waka for 2. Waka reverses the octopus into her tiger roll. It's like her tiger suplex, but it's just her rolling back into the pin. Shoots 2 there. God's Eye take out Hanako and Zena. The double electric chair missile drop kick, triple team attack onto Waka by God's Eye. And Konami pulls an armbar with the leg trapped around the head, and Waka is forced to submit. But again, great match, man.
Oh, yeah. So good. So good. I mean, we're big Empress Nexus Venus fans, both of us. But this has got to be the most deadly and solid combination of God's Eye, and they're only missing 2 people. This faction right here is just dominance, pure dominance. Ami is just that absolute powerhouse. But then you have Konami and Shuri, the 2 strongest strikers in this company now, maybe third with Momo Watanabe. Holy hecking crap. And Konami was not pulling ish today. She came in like guns a-blazing, kicking the crap out of everyone. Literally, because those kicks between her and Shuri, frick, so deadly. I love it. The only thing I wanted to add was there was that spinning sidewalk slam that Zena does where she holds them in that slam
Mm.
position, spins around. She got a lot of spins on Konami at the beginning there. Really, really liked that slam I've heard because it shows off her power. Surprisingly, Hanako a little quiet in this one.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy though how she is almost like I would call her the rescuer of the group.
Mm.
She seems to be the one person who has the timing down so good that she knows when to get in and she knows when to get out. She knows when to go after things and when knows when to kind of stay on the outside. I really have been impressed with how she has developed over the last year. I'm still disappointed she didn't win that Rookie of the Year. She certainly deserved it, but I feel like Empress Nexus Venus is the best place for her to learn and develop. And I really enjoy the combination of her Waka and Zena.
Oh, 100%. And like Hanako's evolution has been phenomenal. And I think she's only getting better and better since Empress Venus formed because she's got Maika, who's this just powerhouse of a woman who's teaching her that like can only evolve her power style. Then you've got a woman like Mina Shirakawa teaching you just all these like submission styles and what is work
Mhm,
in that world, in the world she works in, and the kicking and stuff. And then you have Zena again, another power person to help we work with power side. Then you got Waka learning from all these people too. Again, like I think
mhm,
Hanako and Waka are going to develop into insanely good professional wrestlers working with the other three
mhm.
members of the unit for sure.
Absolutely. And look at the diversity in power that you have because Maika is very much that judo background. So a lot of her power does come from her strength, but most of it is put into that kind of judo striking background. Especially in this main event, we saw a lot of strikes and kicks from her. And whereas Zena is more that like really awesome traditional wrestler with like a little sprinkling of like some lucha stuff in there. So Hanako can definitely learn a lot of power moves from Zena, as Waka is also. I mean, Waka's in-ring ability is really developing under the guidance of Mina and Maika. I'm very impressed with how this team. It is a slow development, I think, in comparison to how Club Venus
Mm.
came in and just kind of steamrolled through everything. I like the kind of slow build, but at the same time, it's not so slow because they're headed by
Mhm.
the world champion, and now they're also Artists of Stardom champions. So great. I love what they're doing with this faction.
Yeah,
They just got to
100%.
get some more wins, just a few more wins, I think.
100%, 100%. Again, I'm all behind this faction for sure. So and but
Oh,
God's Eye, I think with the addition of Konami as a full time member is only going to make this. I would love to see Suri and Konami go after some tag titles. Like,
oh yeah. I mean, could you imagine the tag match right now? Current
jeez,
Goddess of Stardom champions versus Konami and Shuri. Whew,
mm-hmm.
let's
That'd be
go.
let's go. And move on to a four-way match for the High Speed Championship. It's Saki Kashima defending against Fukigen Death, Saida, and Saya Kamatani. Four-way test of strength to start, but Saki gets out and just watches the other people do it. It's humorous. Uh, Fukugi dodges stuff and does that smoking spot, but dodges the double kick from everybody else, but gets double drop kicked by Kamatani and Ida. Ida and Kamatani, great back and forth, ending with a dual drop kick, and then both doing kip ups after. Fuki gets just a double arm drag. Ida with the hard speed chops on the Kamatani on the ropes. Yeah, just a lot of good wrestling throughout in this match. Ida and Fuki gets into a point where they're just trading pinfalls back and forth. In spinning heel kick to the head by Kamatani, but Ida gets a lariat to her, and then they trade pins back and forth into Ida getting Ida bashing. I thought it was over, but I'm like, no. Then Saki gets Kishi Kase onto Kamatani and for two, then on Fuki for two. Ida hits this like inside out lariat to Kamitani, just flipping around the place. Kamitani hits Rana, comes back, fights back, hits a Rana into the pin for the win. And I was like, oh, that is that's the one that surprised you, is Kamitani winning. So I understand she's kind of the biggest out of the group, but like, it was like, I really didn't think they were gonna put the title on her.
I was a little torn, not gonna lie. Because I was actually kind of pulling for Ida.
Me
Because
too.
holy hot damn, did she turn it up in this one? She's quick. I mean, she's tiny but mighty, but she's also pretty quick for a tiny little girl. But she does not always turn that on. It's not a every single match she's in high speed mode. She has certain modes that she puts herself in depending on the match. So like if she's in like a new blood tag match, she turns it up a little bit because she knows she's the power. So she turns on the power as opposed to the speed, and lets usually someone like Hanan kind of deal with that. This one was just it was like a ping pong. Like it was not even ping pong. It was like you were playing pinball and they just suddenly released four balls in there and you're just struggling to keep up with all of the balls. This was so good. It was so chaotic, but so good. Um, I am though happy that they did put a singles title on someone from Queen's Quest, because since they have lost their captain and arguably the more a prominent member of their faction besides Asumi, I feel like this puts Kamatani in strong contendership to be the captain, or at least begin captaining the
Hmm.
Queen's Quest faction. So, yeah, I like this. I did also like the end, even though her tactics really aggravate me. The Cowardly Lion stuff is not something I like, but it's a good story for like other people to get interested in Saki Kashima.
Hmm.
But like, do you wanna take it into the end?
Yeah, so after the match, Kashima was on the outside when the pin happens. She's coming in, like, looking at her, like, "What? You won? What?" And it's like she's confused. So she shakes her hand, and then she asks for the title so she can put it around her waist. So Kamitani gives it to her. She goes behind her, goes to do it, then takes the belt and tries to run out of the ring. But God's Eye stops her. Her own teammates
Mhm.
stop her from running away with the belt. And Kamitani gets her hands on the belt. They kind of play tug of war as God's Eye's trying to pull Kashima out of the ring. And Kamitani gets her belt back. But it was pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was humorous. Up until like pretty recently, I've been pretty annoyed with the cowardly tactics that she's been kind of
Mm.
doing, but I thought that this kind of added to it. Though I don't know how much longer she's going to be a welcome member in God's Eye if she keeps pulling these tactics. And her only kind of bestie in that faction was Mirai. Now, Mirai's gone now. There's no one there to protect her. How long is Suri going to put up with her shenanigans before she gets kicked out? And Konami's already not feeling it. She's not keen on her. Ami's pretty indifferent. Rana's the only last kind of person that could maybe push or pull for her. And I don't feel that she's connecting with her very quickly and easily either. Maybe God's Eye wasn't the best fit for Saki. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. She feels like the odd person out with the faction
Yeah,
because she's
very
so
much
different.
so.
Like Rana is a tiny, brand new version of Suri and Konami. That's what she is. She is
Yeah.
literally that, or I'd say like a brand new version of a Momo Watanabe, who I think would fit into a God's Eye style perfectly. But like Rana fits perfectly. Where Saki Kashima just feels like she's she's bad, but she's a sore thumb out of the group, right? She's the thumb versus the fingers. You know what I mean? She's different. They're a group. It's one big team. They make a fist, but You know what I mean? She's the
But
one
you
that
can
stands
still
out.
hit somebody without your thumb. I get
I
what you're
know,
saying.
but as I'm saying, she's the odd one out of the group, right? She's the one that seems different, and
Yeah.
not that it's a bad thing, but I don't know if she's fitting quite well quite yet.
No, no, it for me, she's kinda hitting like rubbing a cat backwards. They don't quite like that. It's not very comfortable when their fur is rubbed the wrong way. That's kinda how I'm feeling. It's awkward. Yeah, it's an odd fit. So, yeah, I don't know how much longer she'll be in there. Maybe she'll jump ship and maybe join the faction that got her booted from her faction in the first place.
Yeah,
Who
could
knows?
be.
We will
Hmm.
see.
We will see. We're gonna move on. Mina
Yes.
Shirakawa versus Natsuko Tora. I was very much looking
So
forward to
good.
this match.
So
Uh,
good.
Mina attacking right away. She gets pulled out by Oedo Tai. They whip her into the chairs in the crowd, and I'm like, wait, what? This like it's not no DQ. I was just confused. Tora gets her back in the ring, tossing her around by her hair. Uh, Mina fights back with that around the world Russian leg sweep that she does. That heads us into the Russian leg sweep. Mina starts working over Tora's knee. Tora ends up low bridging Mina out to the outside, and she gets beat up by a way to tie again. And I'm like, where the hell is EXV in all this? Like, come on, girls, you're supposed to be out there. This is one of your captains. You're supposed to be supporting one of your captains. Like,
I think and wasn't Hanako the only one out there? 'Cause
yeah, and
Maika wasn't out there, she was in the main.
yeah, but you could still like, where was Zena? Where was Waka? Like, that's my question. Like,
I think Zena made it out there at the very end.
yeah, right at the end. That was due to the bulk,
Yeah,
all the stuff at the end. But yeah, Tora gets the
yeah.
scoop slams, the second row frog splash, seated, sliding lariat, but misses on the senton, and Mina gets a pin for 2, then gets an inverted figure 4. She starts slamming the knee into the mat. She goes to whip Tora, but Tora collapses due to the knee being injured. Mina inadvertently shoulder blocks the ref, and Tora hits a lariat, then gets the cannonball against the bottom rope. Mina comes back with a rolling elbow, guillotine knee off the top, and then an implant DDT by Mina for 2. Um, Mina catches a kick, gets Tora into the figure 4, but Tora fights and misses her in the face. She slams her. Tora goes up, misses the swanton. Mina gets the glamorous collection Mina, which is her pinning combination, but only gets 2. Uh, this is where Raka takes out Hanako. Theka returns. Everybody's in the ring. It's all getting crazy. Theka takes a pipe from Tora, then she's looking like you're gonna hit Tora, but it's the old Vince Russo, and she turns and hits Mina Shirakawa. The most obvious turns. I hate professional wrestling for that. Vince Russo. I'm sorry, Vince Russo ruined those in the '90s because he did the exact same thing every time, and it burnt that spot out. So yeah, and then so the ref calls it a no contest. Bullshit. That is not a no contest. That is a disqualification win for Mina Shirakawa.
Wasn't this a no DQ match?
I don't know. It didn't say it anywhere. It's not on the graphic. I couldn't find it on the website. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that. Holy hot Daniel. Okay, let's talk about I've only got a few points about the match. The first was, Mina really picking apart Tora's leg. It was very interesting to see Tora on the receiving end of a lot of this kind of beating, because Tora is usually that dominant person doing the beatdown. She usually kind of specializes in these kinds of matches, and Mina kind of making light work of her. And then, as you mentioned, the leg being so damaged that Tora couldn't run at one point, and even at the end of the match, walking out with her faction, she was limping pretty good. I don't know if it was a work or what, but frick, she did so good. There's such a story here. I'm so excited for this. Um, the mist that Tora did was so on point. I love this will sound weird, but I love it when Tora uses her mist because much like Bushi, she always hits her target. and she always hits it perfectly. Sometimes, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, he can miss with that Santori surprise, which, to be honest, if it's legit whiskey, I would prefer he miss, so that's okay. But for this, it just right, like, it was almost like it hit her right on the nose and just perfectly exploded out on Mina's face. It was so perfect, and it was a bright, like, turquoise blue kind of mist, so it made it so obvious to the people in the front row and the people in the back row what had happened. Like, it was very visible. I like that because, you've told me before the different mists mean different things. Sometimes we're not close enough that we can tell if there's mist, if they like for Kanemaru, when he uses his Centauri surprise, it just looks like water to me. You can see in the bottle it looks yellow, but when he spits it, it looks translucent. With this, it was not mistakable.
She
There
was
was blue
Smurf faced.
everywhere.
She got Smurf faced.
I didn't want to say that, but okay.
No, she got Smurf
She
faced.
pretty much did. And yeah, as I mentioned, it helps make things very clear and concise of what's going on. Thekla joining Oedo Tai. We discussed this briefly after it happened. Little shocking, but also not
Not surprising.
particularly, yeah. But we both kind of felt that her, we'll say, shenanigans in Donna Del Mondo were borderline, um, on that kind of healiness. She always was the more aggressive one. She was always the more, I don't want to say arrogant one, but she was confident. It came off as confidence in DDM. Now with Oedo Tai, it's coming off as arrogance, and I love it. It was the perfect turn because there was the writing was on the wall, and now that it's happened, I fully accept it. And
Mhm.
even though, yes, it was very obvious what she was going to do with the pipe, for me, the result is just so good.
Yeah,
And
I
I've
agree.
already seen a few results that have come out since her merger with Oedo Tai, some comments from herself that have just been whoof, whoof. I'm so excited,
Expected.
excited and Expected. I'm expected how she is going to go for the rest of the year because, man, we've got what, 7 months before the big show in December. If
Yeah.
she's not there, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah. So yeah, post match, Thekla gets a mic. She says, "Stardom. Thekla is Modo Doketeko. Really, really, it's Atakako Deko Deko Zen Nangara." Like, this is literally the translation. Thekla is Sogo Shikaten. Hey, Doshita Obai-san. I'm like, what?
Okay, so we're getting all the Japanese stuff. What if she's saying English?
That's what it translated to English for me.
Those are not English words. Well,
I
let's skip
know,
that
but I
part. She
have the
said
English
stuff.
translation. Yeah, she said stuff. Tora gets the mic. She said, uh, "What did Thekla just say? Did you catch that? Shall I translate for you? Shirakawa, you told me the story of the ant and the grasshopper in a fairy tale. The ant may be rewarded for his hard work, but this isn't a fairy tale. It's true. No matter what you say, you won't be rewarded. I told you that at the beginning that I'll crush you. Hey, Thekla, Technically gets the mic. She says, "Let me do what I want. I came back to rebuild a new Stardom together with Natsuko Tora as Oedo Tai." And this is where she shakes hands with Tora and everybody else. And they all leave as a unit. And I'm like, all right. But I think we usually talk about this. Is one of the videos she did post match on, I think, Monday. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. She did a video talking about it and saying she is here to destroy idol culture in Stardom. Um, like the pretty girl culture of Stardom. That's what she's here to destroy. Hmm. I
I'm
thought great.
excited.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not because I don't want Mina getting destroyed. I love Mina.
I mean, I understand why you're not because the top 3 women she's after are your top 3 favorite women within this company. The first being Mina Shirakawa, the next being Tam Nakano, and the next being Natsupoi. She's literally coming for your girls.
Well, my second favorite is Ida for one. So just
Well,
hold
okay,
on.
she's the
It's
only
Mina then
one
Ida.
who's okay, but you also like Natsupoi and you also like Tam Nakano, so
Oh,
she's
I very
coming
much
for
do.
3 of your top 5.
Oh, very much so. But again, it's gonna be interesting to see how she does this and how she goes through doing
Oh,
this.
viciously and aggressively and most likely with a few back bridges in between those. I'm here for it. I love Thekla so much, and I've been missing her so much because that confidence that she has, that swagger that she walks with, I want that. So
Yeah,
seeing more of it will help me be it more.
yeah. So we move on. Tag team match. It's a melt here. Natsupoi and Tam Nakano taking on Aja Kong and Kaoru Ito. Um, Yeah, I love Tam at the beginning here. She's like kicking Kong, and Kong just like looking at her like, "The fuck are you doing?" She does her cutesy
Yeah,
pose, and Kong just like kicks her while she's down. It was just mean. Meltier double
yeah,
drop kicker and do their cutesy poses again, but then Aja Kong kicks them both. It just, I think it's Aja Kong just beating the crap out of these two early on. Just Tam's trying to fight back. She gets dropped with the lariat. She avoids an attack. It tries to roll her up. She can't. So Nazarway comes in and hits this hard chop to Khan to get her so Tam can roll her up for 2. It was pretty funny. It's some fun stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Again, it got some good back and forth here. Ito comes in. I think Ito was the more mobile of her team. Not that Aja Kong was bad because she was leagues above Dump Matsumoto. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Ito in with Nata at one point. She jumps up and tries to stomp down on Natsupoi, but Natsupoi rolls out of the way. Oh my god! I was like, "Oh my god,
So smart.
you're gonna kill the little pixie man!" Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, that's what I say about those double stomps and why they're kinda not my favorite. I know how deadly they are. For how simple they are, though, it's deceptive and a little scary.
yeah. Meltier tried to do a double backdrop suplex to Ito, and Ito just comes crashing down on top of him, then gets up and just sentons the shit out of both of these tiny little women. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
And I think Poi took the brunt of it, like, I think most of her weight landed on Poi. Poor Poi. She got her ass beat this match.
Yeah. Ito ends up like double stomping the gut of Natsupoi. I was like, oh, she just broke a rib. Like, I swear to God, she like broke a rib on that stomp. But
Yeah.
Poi comes back, dodges the senton, some spin kicks. This is where they kind of get in control again. Double headhunter by Meltier. Uh, this this is where they kind of take control again. Tam's like tries to tell you with Tiger Suplex on Aja Kong. Does not happen. Um, it's just some weird stuff here. The Kong and Ito get sent to the floor. Nat hits a cross off the top, but they catch her. So Tam comes off the top, crossbotting on to everybody on the floor. Just insaneness. Tam with 3 running knees to the head of Aja Kong, but can only get 2. Again, just so much happened in this match. Super kick into the Tiger suplex by Meltier to Aja Kong, and Aja Kong taking that Tiger suplex like a champ there too. Looked actually really good. Um, Tam trying for a violet screwdriver on Aja Kong, and I'm like, this lady's like 4 times, like 3 to 4 times your size. No, this is not happening.
I mean,
Jesus.
as someone who is also little and someone who, you're in the same group chat that we are, it don't matter. We're gonna still talk our shit and we're still gonna frickin' try. I mean, you've seen how I talk to some of these guys who could obliterate me. I don't care. I'm still gonna talk shit.
Yeah. Kong gets a brainbuster to Tam. Looked really good there. Ito hits his running crossbody to Tam and Natsupoi. Kong hits Tam with a trash can, then hits a harsh backdrop driver, but Tam hits like this is this little not even a trash can, it's like this little trash bin from like you would have next to your desk or something, or like in your bathroom. And she like smacked her over the head with it. I'm like, oh, and it bent up pretty good. I was like, ooh, that was a good shot. Yeah. Tam kicks out and just KO 2.99 after that backdrop driver. And Netsboy tries to attack, but Ito fights her. Meltier gets sandwiched in between between Kong and Ito. Then they both get belly to belly suplex. Ito hits a double stomp to Nat off the top, which was just like, or off the second, I think it was like, no.
Yeah, it was the second. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Aja Kong hits an elbow off the second rope to Tam Nakano and gets the win. And this is where Aja Kong, after the match, with Tam laying on the mat, gets down and does the cute she cute poses at Tam Nakano. So good.
Yeah. That was the most adorable FU I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add to this. I kind of jumped in where I could. Other than, Aja, impressive. Very impressive. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's not much else for me to say here. This was a fun match. It kind of went exactly the way I kind of thought it would. Meltier putting on one hell of an effort, but at the end, I mean, you can only David the Goliath so much. These are two Goliaths that are legendary in Japanese wrestling over there.
Aja
But on
Kong
to the
over here
Masters.
too.
Yeah.
She had her time with working over in North America too. So like she is well known. Like, dude,
Wow.
Awesome Kong, or Amazing Kong, whatever you want to call it. She took the Kong name from Asha Kong. Like her gimmick was a tribute to Asha Kong. Like her name was a
They
tribute.
were very
Like
similar, yeah.
her name was a tribute to Aja Kong. Like she had her own style and look and everything, but like her name was a
They,
tribute to one of the biggest legends in the world. And yeah, like
Mhm.
yeah, I'm not as familiar with Ito, but I know she's done a lot in professional wrestling, women's professional wrestling in Japan. I think everybody just knows Aja Kong for who she is
Mhm.
in the history of professional wrestling in general.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we move on. 4-way tag team title match. Goddess of Stardom titles on the line. Crazy Star defending against Crazy Star. Suzuki and Mesa are defending against FWC, Hazuki and Kokuma. What? What? What are you
You
laughing at me?
almost said Star Wars.
Oh, did I? Wow,
You
close.
sure did. You almost said it. I
The
love it.
Goddess of Star Wars Championship. The Goddess of Stardom. Ladies and gentlemen, Goddess of Stardom. We're only 3 days away from May the 4th.
I'm getting a start early, I guess.
I guess so. They defend against FWC, Hazuki and Kogoma, also defending against O2 Line, Miyu Amasaki and Azumi, and also against young Oedo Tai, Starlight Kid,
Mhm.
and Ruaka. Pure chaos off the top. Everybody's just brawling.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Haz hits an MX to Mei, starts a face wash, but gets cut off. And then Suzuki hits a drive-by to somebody else. And it's just crazy. Koguma gets a cutter to Miyu, but Miyu comes back with a tornado DDT to Koguma. Just lots of just people hitting each other with crazy moves in and out. Koguma and Miyu trading roll-ups back and forth. And then everyone else getting into roll-ups. Just a great long roll-ups sequence from everyone getting involved at one point. Crazy Star end up double teaming Starlight Kid. They get the MX into the German, and Mei hits that snap sunset flip, but the pin gets broken up. Koguma comes off the top of this, cross-bodying both members of Crazy Star. Yeah, just lots of great stuff in here. Double Fisherman Falcon Arrow by Oedo Tai to Mei. Starlight Kid puts the case on Mei, but Uraka misses the freezer bomb. Miyu gets a double pendulum DDT to both members of FWC. Azumi gets La Mystica into Azumi Sushi on Starlight Kid, but she kicks out at 2. Starlight Kid hits Azumi with the case. Starlight Kid goes to hit goes to hit Mei, but she ends up hitting Ruwaka with the case. Gets sent to the floor. Mei hits a backflip into a crucifix driver. This move was just I didn't understand what this was, but I loved the move. This like backflip into this crucifix driver. It looked so good, and she
So
gets
good.
the win. Like, just
Mhm.
this match was pure chaos, and it was the best kind of glorious chaos.
It was. It was surprisingly organized chaos. It was still
Mhm.
chaos, but, like, everyone had a place and they knew where they would needed to be at the time that they needed to be, and it made sense. We didn't have people sitting there looking up at the stars waiting for their next spot or what have you. Everyone was kinda doing their thing, and it worked so well. There was a flying crossbody Koguma did on Crazy Star, which was freaking cool. There was a moonsault. Starlight Kid's moonsaults, just so good. They're so picture perfect. She's been doing them for so long. She's so damn good at it. Asumi and Starlight Kid have to have some of the best and greatest in-ring chemistry I've ever had the fortune of seeing in a professional wrestling ring. They just know each other so well and so good. It's a treat and a privilege to watch those two women wrestle. The last few things I wanted to mention was the color in May's hair is really, really cute. She's kind of got an under kind of dye where, like, if her hair is down, you can't really see it until she starts flipping it up. And then the under bit is like I think, I might be wrong about this, but I feel like it's the oil slick look is what it's called, where it's got a combination of, like, a greenish, a bluish, a purple, and a pink. So
Mm.
it kinda looks like I guess it's supposed to look like oil and water or something, I don't know. I think it looks badass on her, it looks really cute, and especially the fact that Suzu and Mei now have tag team gear that complement each other. They literally like ripped their outfits in half and sewed them together. Half May's, half Suzu's, and I absolutely love it. Yeah. Take us into the ending though.
Yeah, so we get into the end. We get into like the post match stuff. Midstar gets the mic. She says, "This is scary. My head is shaking." All right, Crazy Star has successfully defended for the second time. We are Crazy Star, so we want to keep defending like this. Stardom, all of us. We are going to destroy the tag teams out here. Then Koguma rolls up and wraps a towel around the head of Mimi, pulling on her. And stealing the microphone. Says Kaguma says, wait, we're crazy too. So here's a bit of a crazy proposal. Today if things are messed up, it's 2-on-2. So let's do it with Sashi. These are all direct Japanese translations, so sometimes none of it makes sense. Hazuki Yusumaki says, good, fine. Well, if Crazy Star isn't scared of us, we'll make a triumphant return on the May 5th in Fukuoka here. FWC and Crazy Star will do it again with Sashi, the title. Um, how's the match? And then Suzuki gets the mic. She said, you guys are persistent. Do you think I'd freak out? There's no reason to be scared. I'll do it. Well, let's go home in a good mood. Thank you, everyone. So we're getting FWC versus Crazy Star on May 5th. I'm down. That seems like it's going to be a good, great goddamn match.
That wasn't the after stuff that I was talking about,
Oh,
but yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, that works.
I gotta get
Um
through that first. I gotta get through that first.
yeah. I'm really sorry to be that person, but I'm not excited for that one. I love Hazuki. I love Kaguma. Right now, I need a little bit more time of them wrestling singles. They're kind of giving me Bishamon vibes right now. I'd like them to kind of go to the side for a little bit after this next title shot and build up a little bit because Kaguma's been gone a hot minute. And just like I loved it, but I also kind of thought it was sus when Utami and Kamitani gone for so long, then come back and they're suddenly goddess and Stardom champions. I'm excited. I'm happy about that. I love Utami. I love Kamitani. It was sus. It was sus. Um, Also, because like there'd been tons of tag teams killing it in their absence. Kind of felt like an FU to them. And now where are those teams? They're not even in. this match really. So yeah, again, they're kind of giving me Bishamon vibes. I am kind of hoping to see a bit of a build for them, maybe in multi-person matches, maybe some singles matches. Maybe I would like to see Kaguma maybe in another high-speed championship kind of thing, because I would love to see her in May. Those two would have a kill. I know we've seen them already, but I'd like to see them again because I feel like we haven't seen them officially one-on-one. I feel like they're either in triple threats or four-person matches. I'd like to see them kind of do maybe a couple months griping back and forth just so that they can have a little bit of a build on their own or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's just how I kind of feel about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, do I think it's going to be a great match? Yes, 100%. I mean, Bishamon always puts on great matches too,
Mm.
but it's just one of those things where I'm like, kind of would even love to see like O2 line in that position.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I would have liked to see Two Line in that spot, but
Yeah.
again, I'm down for the match. It looks like it'd be a good match.
100%. It's going to be a great match. Those are four incredible professional wrestlers.
But the post match isn't over because the
Yeah.
champions leave. In the ring, Kid gets the microphone, tries to give it to Uraka, but Uraka pushes Starlight Kid down, hits her at the case. Uedo all attacks Starlight Kid. Tora hits a Death Valley driver, puts the case on top of Starlight Kid, and Ruaka hits a freezer bomb off the top to the case onto Starlight Kid. And I'm like, oh! And then Ruaka gets some mic, said, hey, I lost today because of you, right? Hey, Starlight Kid, we don't need you in Oedo Tai anymore. So it's not even Tora kicking her out. It's Ruaka kicking her out of the group. This is where Tora climbs on top of Kid, or comes over Kid.
Mhm.
She has a microphone. She says, "Thank you for being a customer for so long, Panda. Goodbye, Kid." And Natsuko Tora's like tearing at the mask of Starlight Kid. Tam Nakano comes out to save her.
Mhm.
Tora says, I saw something like this a while ago, and then just leaves. It just then throws the mic down. They kind of attack Tam a bit. And it was just like, and it was like, yeah, that's very reminiscent of a month ago when Tam was saving Julia from Oedo Tai's beatdown.
It is, yeah. Also probably reminiscent of God, or not God's Eye, Queen's Quest,
Mm-hmm.
running in and saving Kashima Saki, or Saki Kashima,
Yeah.
after she got booted from the faction and they started beating down on her as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it is sad to see because I actually really like heel Starlight Kid. I've only ever seen heel Starlight Kid. I haven't seen face Starlight Kid. Like when I first started watching, she was already a part of Oedo Tai.
Mm-hmm.
I think Watanabe actually had just been forced to join Oedo Tai. She was going through her like initiation phase. So yeah, it's gonna be sad to see her coming out now. Probably. Oh, but wait a second. Wait a second. This means that we're gonna see new gear
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
because we're
Well, you sent
probably not gonna see the black anymore.
Well, yeah, you sent me a picture of her from like 8 years ago with Anu and was it Tam or Anu and
Natsupoi,
Natsupoi
Natsupoi.
in her in back when she was regular Starlight Kid. She wasn't
Mm,
Dark Starlight Kid. And yeah,
yeah.
and again, I've seen an odd match or two from her in those older days. But
Mhm,
I'm looking forward to seeing now that she has gone dead or healed her and evolves herself to what she's become. How does she
mhm,
take her face turn? How she was a good guy for so long
mhm,
and then became the bad guy with Oedo Tai. Now that
mhm.
she's been the bad guy for so long, how does she is she becoming a pure good guy? Does she go that tweener route where she still uses tactics from her Oedo Tai days, but she's generally not a shitty person anymore? There's all those questions.
I mean, cosmic angels do have the tendency to be like that. They do tend to stay on the light side of the force the most, but like they will step over to the dark side. I mean, there's cookies over there, right?
Oh
Who
yeah,
doesn't want a cookie
all the
once in a while,
cookies, all the cookies.
right? And like, yeah, I want a cookie. So, like, I get it. I'll pop over there every once in a while just to eat. But, like, I agree. It'll be interesting to see, but I think that she'll have an easier time with it than Saki.
Mhm,
Because Saki seems to have a lot of difficulties letting that stuff go.
mhm.
Whereas I feel like Starlight Kid, I feel like there's also going to be maybe a little path of vengeance, though. I feel like she's scrappy enough that she's probably, at the very least, going to go after Ruaka.
Oh, she is
Um,
100%. She's gonna go after Rock. She's gonna go after Tora. She's going to fight. She's gonna fight Oedo Tai. Unlike
start with
Kashima is gonna
Ruaka,
run.
work our way to Tora.
No, but you know what I mean. Like she's not gonna run away like Kashima. This is a
No,
very different getting kicked out. The fact that she is going to
yeah,
fight her way to take these people out.
yeah, 100%. I look forward to seeing because we know Oedo Tai and Starlight Kid in particular are both very good for promos, very good for putting out content. So I'm excited to see what kind of bickering that they're going to start back and forth to make that
Hmm.
story more interesting. I've been waiting for this story of that intrinsic battle between good and evil in this
Good and
faction or in
evil.
this in this company. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Excited.
100%. So we're gonna move on. Another title match. We're talking the IWGP Women's World Championship. It's Mayu Iwatani defending against freelancer Sareee. Uh,
E
great back and forth early. Sareee ends up going to the floor. Mayu dies, but misses Sareee, just crashing into her teammates. Sareee running Mayu into the chairs and like throws a chair at her too, just to follow it up. Um, yeah, missile drop kick off the top by Sareee in the ring. She gets the ball, and I was looking at my notes like, what the hell is that? And then I realized I put literally a little crab, like a picture of a crab in my notes instead of writing crab. It confused me for a second
right,
reading my
right,
notes.
right. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember you moving your phone over to show me that too.
yeah. She gets a Boston crab, goes into a single leg crab. She ties the legs up, keeps pulling at Maya, but she fights the rope. Sareee does the Tongan Miss Stars parlor as you said when we were watching this. She's like walking on the back. Again, I'm gonna start skipping stuff because there's a lot to these next few
Oh
matches.
gosh,
Yeah. Beautiful snapmare PK by Mayu at one point, unloads kicks, chokes her on the ropes, kicking her in the corner, choking her. This is an unhinged Mayu in this. She kind of got unhinged early. Yeah.
yeah. The word I wrote down was feral.
Yeah. They're trading kicks and forearms at one point. Sareee got some solid ass forearms. Um, Yeah, Sareee goes to the top. Mayu follows, hits a run off the top. Mayu goes up, but Sareee cuts her off, and she hits a superplex off the top. Then the running mushroom stomp, double stomp off the second by Sareee. Then she goes to the top for another double stomp, but Mayu kicks out at 2.87. The math is starting, Mel. The math is starting.
Fuck.
Yeah, Sareee reverses a bulldog into a beautiful wheelbarrow suplex. Mayu hits a dragon suplex on the apron. I was just like, oh, then she goes in, hits this like rocket style suicide dive to the floor. Um, yeah, just great stuff. Sareee gets out of a dragon suplex, ducks a lariat into a German for two. Sareee hits a sick headbutt and hits a spin kick, but only gets two. They're trading Germans, trading strikes. Mayu hits a snapdragon, but only gets two. Sareee starts in on her exploders. They're both down. Mayu stops an exploder, hits a crucifix driver for two. Sareee reverses a cradle dragon into a stomp, slams her head into the mat repeatedly. Another exploder, then another exploder, then a third exploder, and Mayu kicks out at 2.99457.
Why though?
I told you the math is starting.
Uh,
Mayu reverses another exploder into the dragon suplex. Both are down. Mayu picks her up. Tombstone, but Sareee kicks out at 2.99487. Mayu hits repeated headbutts, hits another Snapdragon, but again, Sareee kicks out at that last possible millisecond. Mayu kicks to the head of Sareee, goes to the top, hits the moonsault, follows with that cradle dragon suplex, and she gets the win. And what was an incredible match, man. Like, I've seen Sareee work. Her NXT days were not representative of how good this girl is, but man, was just straight fire. 'Cause these guys, both of them started at the same time back in 2011, and they've kind of had that parallel in their careers. And the fact that they're both just like, they both went to America at one point, and Mayu was more successful winning the ROH title, and Sareee just went and became a jobber in NXT. And so they have parallels to their career, and I thought these two killed it in this match.
I mean, we can't blame Sareee for her NXT run, though. We know who to blame for that shit. Yeah. So to start off, Saree's entrance jacket, I made the comment that it reminds me very much of like a combination of Hiroshi Tanahashi's robe and Utami Hayashishita. There's the right amount of feathers, the right amount of fringe, and then that fun little thing in the front that was like all viney and stuff. It looked really cool. Let's see here. There was at one point a dive that Mayu was doing where Sareee got out of the way and it forced Momokoko and Saida to take the entire bump from Mayu. Didn't look too good. What's this face right now? You look like you're smelling a fart.
I'm reading notes and it's confusing me. Not mine, it's the translations that I'm very confused.
That's no new here. Yeah, as you mentioned, Mayu getting unhinged. I said she was feral. Kicking Saudi mercilessly. We even saw the ref pull Mayu off of her. She just looked like a space cadet at that point. Like she didn't even know where she was. It's not like it was like Mayu Iwatani wasn't in the ring. It was something had possessed her body and then it was just going and doing its thing. She was a woman possessed. It was crazy. The strikes in this match for both these women were just so next level. I have never seen Mayu so aggressive, so brutal as I have the last 3 shows that we have seen her wrestle. I don't know what's been going on. If like someone in the locker room was holding her back or something, and now that the big group is gone, she feels more comfortable to be cuckoo for cuckoo puffs over there. But like she in the last little while has become completely, I would almost say uncontrollable. And it's not even in a negative way, in like the same way a way to tie would be. It's in a way that is working well enough that it's not becoming heelish um for her and the Stars faction, which are like the faciest face faction of the entire company. Yeah, this match was off the chain. Freaking crazy. I love this match.
Yeah. So we go into the post match, and this is why I was so confused. Iwatani says, "Good evening, Yokohama Buntai. Saudi, it's been 4 years. No, thank you for making the title match after 4 years of reality. That day at Cork and Hall, the red belt, you were gone." And this is again direct translation. I was so horny. I was pissed. That's what it directly translated to. So don't even. I had to read it. It was there. I'm so happy to have stepped into the IWGP and Stardom ring today. I feel like I found a new rival who was born in 2011. It's not just for today. I hope we can do it again sometime. I think it's great. Until that day, I don't tarnish the name of your classmates. Sareee says, "I really want that IWGP belt. I'm serious about it. That's why I couldn't win today, but I'm sure I'll win it. I'm definitely go get that belt. So let's fight again. Thank you very much for today." They shake hands. Sareee leaves, and then Tsukasa Fujimoto from Ice Ribbon shows up. Yes, I now know who it is, Mel. And Fujimoto says, "I heard you're super happy just now, but when I say happy, it's Ice Ribbon Tsukasa Fujimoto. There has been a lot of things of Stardom. Is there a problem with recruiting? Best friends versus Thunder Rock, which was Io Shirai and Mayu Iwatani. Something like the extinction problem. My partner, Arisa Nakajima, is retiring. Isn't it time to open the forbidden door that's closed off by a tight chain? I want to play best friends versus Mayu Iwatani. And then Iwatani says, 2-on-1? We can't do that. 2-on-1. I'll refuse. And Fujimoto goes, I'm getting booed. And Iwatani goes, what? Isn't that the kind of person who comes and wants to challenge for the IWGP? Normally that's like, hey, let me challenge for IWGP. Like it's a one-on-one proposal. You're at an overwhelming disadvantage. Fujimoto says best friends versus Mayu Iwatani and someone else. Iwatani says that would be fine if that was it would be fine if that were the case, but would it be better if you said so from the beginning? It's okay. I have lots of friends, so who is it? I can call you a partner, so it's fine. I wonder how many times I've disappeared again. Of course, it's a rematch of that one. Of course, I'll do it. They shake hands, and that whole thing confused the living piss out of me. But all I know is we've got a tag team match between Mayu and somebody versus the best friends of Tsukasa Fujimoto and the retiring Arisa Nakajima.
Yeah, you reading it didn't make it any more clear either.
And again, it's direct English translation, like word to word. So it's not like the things have been rephrased. Like when proper translation done, things get rephrased. So that's why it doesn't make total sense. We're getting a tag team match. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, this we didn't have subtitles when this was actually happening, so I actually stopped listening and went and did other things at this point. I think this is where I took a smoke break actually, which worked out for me anyway. Yeah, I don't have too much to say on this. I don't really know who the Ice Ribbon Girls are, so I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah, me too. I look forward to seeing this.
Mm.
We move on. Wonder of Stardom Championship. It's Saori Anou defending against the Cinderella Tournament winner, Hanna. They're rolling around, each trying to get advantage. Hanna gets the triangle on. Then Anou gets into an armbar. A lot of good back and forth. Hanna gets a sliding elbow. Hammerlock guillotine choke by Hanna, but Anou gets to the ropes. Hanna knocks Anou off the top to the floor, and then she hits a famouser off the apron to Anou on the floor, which looked really good.
Mhm.
Anou stops a backdrop on the apron, and like, oh man, I messed up the letter. Yeah, I was like, what in the heaven? I wrote licks her in the face, but she kicks her in the face. Anou kicks her in the face. She ends up hitting a fisherman on the apron. Then she back in the ring. She's the top rope drop kick for 2. This is not the match.
Wrestling.
This was not the match when people were looking at each other. That's for sure.
No.
Hanan fights back at one point, gets a single leg crab, but Anou fights to the ropes. Hanan attacks Anou when she's up top at one point, unloads, but Anou kicks her off twice. Then she drop kicks her in the back. She falls up with a bridging German for 2. Hanan scores a huge backdrop driver. She dodges a running boot. Then they each try suplexes. They trade forearms. Hanan hits a drop kick. Anou rolls out. Hanan hits a high cross off the top. Two Anou on the floor. Famouser back in the ring, but Hanan can only get 2. And I love the way the rest yell, Famouser! I'm just like,
I
yeah.
told you. I told you. Haven't I been telling you? It's so fun to listen to the Japanese commentary when they just exclaim the moves.
Oh,
It
yeah. When
makes you
they
that much more excited.
just the way they say Famouser! I love it so much.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. Honor avoids a backdrop on Hanan, gets her down, snaps, does that arm snap, then gets in an inverted single leg crab, where she's got like almost like single leg Billy Goat's curse, and then she transitions into like with keeping legs. She gets a bulldog choke on. Honor gets to the ropes though. Hanan with uppercuts, a spinning uppercut. Anu gets a snapdragon, hits a German, then rolls through into a second, and then she follows it up the third one. Instead of the German, she goes for a wheelbarrow suplex, but Hanan kicks out at 2.945. Headhunter by Anu with the bridge, but Hanan kicks out at 2.982. Anu reverses
Your
the
math.
Anu reverses Hanan versus Japanese Ocean Suplex into a backdrop and another. Hits the bridging fallaway slam, but she can only get 2. Bridging backdrop suplex by Hanan, but Anou kicks out at that last possible millisecond. And in the end, the high angle backdrop suplex Hanan goes for it, but Anou rolls out of a second one, and she gets a jackknife cover out of nowhere. And this is where she kicks Hanan in the face as she's in the jackknife cover, which I don't think she meant to do.
No.
She gets the win.
Yeah, when she was coming over to do that kind of weird bridgy thingamajiggy, she did boot her in the face, but it was not intentional. She was just trying to put her foot down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome
Huh?
match. Awesome match. I'm a little disappointed that Hanan didn't win it, but this girl's got she's only 19. She's got a lot of time in front of her to win a big championship. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we'll start off with the obvious stuff for me, which was Anu rocking some new gear, silver and black. And the way it was structured, it looks like plate mail, like plate armor across her. It looked so good, so slick, so stylish. Hanan also rocking a new look. You fought me on it for a little bit because you didn't think it was new. But once I started pointing out that she had orange in there, which she never had before, you were kind of like, "Oh yeah, it
I
is
didn't see
new."
it. I didn't see it at first. Okay.
The thigh guards were pretty obvious. They had giant silver diamonds on them.
That's true.
But yeah,
No.
yeah.
It was Momo I was arguing with you about, but I was wrong. It was Momo I was arguing the gear about.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the next match. Um, yeah, she had kind of more of a yellow base in this outfit. You can see on the picture here, if you can't, it's like a tie-dye, like a neon tie-dye with like yellow and pink and purple and stuff like that. The new one, she had kind of like an orange accent, specifically with the tulle in the skirt, and it had more of like a palm tree. So like a green kind of accent color to it. Looked very, very sharp on her. I at first I didn't like them when she first debuted them, but I am enjoying the shoulder pad things. They add like a really cool, unique look to her. Um, yeah, I didn't take a whole ton of notes on the match. I just noted that Hanan was showing off her judo background a lot, just because this match had me enthralled. I couldn't look away to type anything. I actually ended up just typing these notes in the moment in between this and the next match, just because this ended up for me being such a good match. And I think I said it to you a few times right after watching it. This is a contender for match of the year for me. This match was so fucking good. I don't care that's my F bomb for the day. This match was so fucking good. If you have the ability to watch it, watch it.
Mm.
This right here is the new bench level for women's strong style wrestling. It was so good. And it had everything. We've been seeing, like, you remember last year at this time, I was not an Anu fan. She had just come onto the scene and she was working hard for me to get my fandom because she was just so monotone, so resting bitch face. The growth that she has gone through in the last year is just incredible. She has become this like, what is the word? Effortlessly charismatic. And all she has to do is make a subtle twitch of her face now. It's so good. But Hanan, holy hot diggity dang, she deserved to win on this one. I agree with you on that. This should have been her title run, but I guess that means that Anu's not quite done yet, which I'm kind of happy for because I'm really enjoying Anu's run now with the Wonder title. This match for me reinvigorated my excitement of her title run.
Mm. All right. Yeah. Again, I sorry. I literally said all right to something. Somebody just messaged me. My brain is. I'm getting worlds right now. Again,
Focus, sir.
I
We
think
gotta get this done.
Anu has done an incredible evolution here, and Hanan,
Mhm.
again, she is a future star for this company. It's for sure, for sure.
100%.
Yeah. So post match, Anu says, Hanan, what was that? You're so amazing. I'm so jealous of such an attractive 19-year-old. There's nothing but the future, but isn't a 33-year-old like this pretty attractive? Thank you for today. Hanan gets the mic. She says, it's frustrating, but I'm an attractive 19-year-old. You're 33 years old and an attractive woman. The stairs with the white belt were really, really high, but let me try again. Thank you for today. She wants a handshake, but Anu just pats her on the head. Like the bitch that she
Fair,
is.
fair.
That resting bitch face that she has is there for a reason.
It
uh,
shows.
Natsupoi appears, steals in front of Anu, and they look at each other. Then Sareee appears, says, wait a minute. Sareee says, can you stand back a little, pushing Natsupoi away. Anu, the next challenger for the white belt is me, Sareee. Nat's like, no, that's a bad story. What are you saying? Huh? Why? It goes back and forth. They end up getting into it, and it ends up being setting up they end up setting up a number one contenders match between Sareee and Natsupoi.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wanna make waves, but, like, one of those 2 people won their match this night.
Mhm.
Maybe that person kinda deserved it.
I don't
However
disagree with you.
however, I do like these number 1 contender matches because it makes people fight that much harder and makes the crowd believe, in the person who does kind of win in the outcome of that. Makes me wonder, though, what happens if it's a no contest? What happens if it's a time limit draw?
Triple threat.
Will it be a triple threat? And, will Natsupoi and Anu's friendship make it through that match? We'll have to find out.
Yeah, it's true.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it's Ami, if it's Natsupoi, if it's both of them facing off against Anu for the belt. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Yes.
We move on to the main event because I've only got about another 28 minutes to finish this recording, but I think I should be able to get it done in the amount of time if I shut up.
Talk fast, sir. Talk
World
fast.
World of Stardom Championship, 2 out of 3 falls match. Maika defending against Momo Watanabe. First fall is a singles match. Second fall is a hardcore match. And the third fall is a last woman standing. This first match is these two just kicking and smacking the piss out of each other. That's what
Yes.
most of this is. Momo gets a 3 amigos at one point. And
Mhm.
the refs even say 3 amigos. I loved it.
They sure
Uh,
did. They sure did.
Puts Maika up top, hits a spinning Uranagi off the top, follows it up with a Meteora. Momo hits another Meteor for 2. Maika cuts off Momo up top, hits a superplex, but only gets 2. The trading strikes on the ropes. Maika hits a suplex to Momo. Hits a suplex to Momo, hits a tiger suplex. They're trading lariats, they're dropping each other with boots, and they drop each other with boots to the face. More trading strikes to center. Uh, Momo gets a hard kick to the head of a seated Maika. Maika comes back with a Michinoku driver 2, but can't get the pin. Tiger suplex by Momo, then a bridging Tiger suplex, but she only gets 2. Momo hits a roundhouse kick and a knee to the head, picks her up. Peach Thunder, aka the JML driver that sort of Strickland uses, and by Momo, and she gets the first fall. What do you think of the first singles part?
Holy freaking crap. These 2 women beat their shit out of each other. It was just kick, 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 kick. I mean, I told you the 3rd strongest striker in this company next to Konami and next to Shuri is Momo Watanabe. And she did not pull anything in this match. Oof. The kicks that she was feeding Maika, both when she was standing, when she was down, when she was in the corner, like, Maika could barely defend herself. Momo kicked the freaking crap out of her. Real quick though, Momo rocking the new gear, which was disputed. Very strappy, very fun. It actually kind of reminded me of like a combination. I think you said Rana and Azumi
Yep.
to me, just with that black and purple with like a little bit of yellow kind of accenting. She had a lot of cool, really strappy strappies on it. Everything just hugged in a really awesome way. And then her hair in combination, she had it similar to how the picture is here. So she's got the purple tips, but like her bangs were like part purple, part yellow. So you had a little bit more yellow in her hair as well. She looks so good. Maika coming out with a giant fan, which I loved. I know she's brought a giant fan out before in the past. I believe she brought it out for her match against Prominence when they were doing the Artist of Stardom thing against Prominence with Maika, Himika, and Julia, I believe. I could be wrong about that. There was a jewel. Maybe it was that gold ball match where the ball fell down, remember?
I remember the match. I just don't remember the fan. So
I I'm having issues remembering which match it was now. I barely remember what happened last week. But yeah, also Micah's new gear. A little alteration from her usual gear, which I really like. Just a subtle change, kind of an addition and subtraction of a strap, a little addition of some fur. Her thigh guards kind of made it look like she was wearing thigh-high boots, very Electra-esque. I really liked it. Um, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, these girls came in hot with these strikes, and yeah, they beat the crap out of each other. Momo earned that win. It breaks
yeah.
my heart to say, but she earned that win.
So we go into the hardcore match. Momo takes Mike to the floor on the restart. PKs are on the floor, whipping Mike into the chairs. She goes for a pin on the floor. Momo whips her into more chairs with a tie pile of chairs on the floor. Micah gets a sunset flip for 2 on the floor. Uh, Momo ends up ducking a lariat. Micah lariats the post. Momo ends up dumping all these like little crystals on the floor, then suplexes Micah onto a chair and gets 2. They go back in the ring. Momo puts Maika in the tree of woe, puts chairs in front of her, and baseball swings another chair into the chairs. Momo gets a 2 count. Momo puts a trash can on Maika, hits it hard with a barbed wire bat, beats the piss out of Maika in the can. Maika ends up ducking a bat shot when she's out of the garbage can, and hits Momo with her giant fan. This is that giant, humongous fan that she brought out.
Yeah.
This is where she dumps a bunch of jewels in the ring. Suplexes Momo onto them, only gets 2. Maika whips Momo into the ladder in the corner. Lariats her into the ladder. Just a lot of brawling here. She hits a
Mhm.
running knee into the ladder, into Maika, and then hits a Meteora for 2. Momo climbs the ladder, but Maika suplexes her off the ladder onto the jewels. She can only get 2. Momo hits her with the barbed wire bat. They set up a table, but put Maika up top. And Momo tries to dude buster her, but Maika sunset flips over, power bombs Momo through the folding. It's literally a folding table, which is already like separated in the center, and just playing. It didn't even break. It was like it just went the wrong way. I was like,
I
okay,
mean, arguably worse though, because that means that thing is stiff. When you're landing on it, it's not going to fracture or like stab you in the back. It's just going to clunk you and make you need chiropractics.
true. Um, Maika reverses out of Peach Thunder, spiking Momo into a pile of chairs. Maika smacks her with the fan, hits a Michinoku driver onto the pile of chairs, gets the win in the hardcore match. And yeah, again, the hardcore match was awesome. Any quick notes on that one?
I feel like I've been saying this a hot minute. The hardcore matches that I have been seeing recently have been so good because it's not been over the top grotesque. They've been so well educated and just wrestled really, really smartly. We can achieve a level of violence that entertains a crowd without having to cut open our foreheads or break a nose or need thumbtacks or need a gash on their freaking head, Hanare. Like it's so well done. And that's why I enjoy, even though I know it probably hurts like 10 times more landing on random pieces of diamond, like random plastic diamonds or D&D dice or whatever they were, Lego even. I mean, I know from experience stepping on Lego, not fun. That probably is probably far worse and like bruisey than thumbtacks, but still it's easier as fans for me, at least specifically, to watch when I see that kind of violence versus the glorious, glorious chaos that some Jukasai tried to do. Suzuki. But yeah, I was actually surprised. I mentioned this to you before. You disagreed though. That I thought that Momo would take the hardcore match, but maybe that was an obvious choice for her to take the hardcore match because that's what Oedo Tai tends to kind of lean towards. So yeah, I the second part of this match was just kind of some glorious chaos with weapons, continuation, if you will, of the first match. Good times. Good times.
Yeah, so they call for, after they clean the ring out, they call for the bell. And last woman standing, they start brawling immediately. Maika drops her with the shoulder block. Momo blocks the lariat. Comes back more attacking. Maika cuts Momo off up top, hits a superplex, rolls her into another, then into a third, and then a fourth amigo, then a fifth amigo. But Momo eventually gets up at the 5 count. Maika with the short arm lariats to Momo. Momo fighting back, dropping Maika, but Maika gets up by 8. Momo scores a head kick, but Maika catches a buzzsaw kick into a power bomb, but Momo pulls a triangle choke and she's choking Maika out. Head kick by Momo. They're both down. Momo up at 7, Maika up at 9. Dude buster by Momo, but Maika hits a backdrop. Comes back with a backdrop suplex. She follows with the spinning lariat, but Momo hits an inverted dude buster. They strike and kick at each other. Maika blocks a kick, hits a lariat, but Momo hits a kick to the head. And they're both drop, and then they both get up by 9. Maika hits the Michinoku driver 2, but Momo gets up by 8. Spinning Michinoku driver 2 by Maika. And she gets to her feet at Maika gets to her feet at, like, I would say 7. And Momo, she's almost about to get up and then just collapses down. Does not answer the 10 count. And Maika retains the World of Stardom Championship.
You remember last year when we were trying to come up with our stuff at the end of the year before we had seen the big show in December and we got that Julia versus Maika match. Or sorry, Julia versus Megan Bayne match. I'm struggling for contenders for match of the year. Now, this show, we had 3 in one night. That's incredible. This show overall was just so good, but this match just showed the unquestionable dominance of Maika as the World of Stardom champion. And holy hot dang, would I trust Momo Watanabe to also carry that title into the future? Like, holy heck, this was a war. Like, it was so crazy how good this match was. And it was mostly strikes for the last little bit there. Mostly strikes, them trying to just one up each other. But man, did Micah get really good at blocking those kicks. She started getting really into the know about when Momo was gonna throw a kick and she was very competent at breaking them up and feeding something back to her by the end of this match. So good. Such a great match. Just the psychology too of these two women is just next level. I can't praise these two women enough. This was a main event level show for your biggest show. It's so good. So good. I can't praise it enough. I have to stop.
Yeah. Again, it was an incredible match. I've already have it on my list along with the other two matches, the other top two matches on the show for my singles match of the year. And I even put that 4-way tag on under my tag match of the year, women's tag match of the year for Stardom, because that match was incredibly great from the pure chaos that it was.
Oh, we're doing a tag match too.
Like last year, we did tag and singles.
I don't recall that. I'm gonna have to start it.
We did.
Stop doing that stupid face. See, I don't remember this, okay? I barely remember what I did last week. No, it's just ADHD in that point.
I have ADHD and I can remember what I did 2 weeks ago. So it's a
Well,
weed.
good for you.
It's a weed.
No, if we're gonna get into this, everyone's brains are different, sir. Whatever. Take us into the outro.
Before we go to the outro, though, Maika says, "Ha, Momo Watanabe. I thought it would be. You thought it would be. I thought it would be easy for me to win with 2 wins, but I lost to the salty Timmy, and got really flustered. Momo Watanabe, you are a great wrestler. After all, shit. Today, from the bottom of my heart, I'm glad I was able to do this with you. Thank you." And then Momo says, "Oh, Maika, thank you. Do you think I was going to say that? Collaboration, you're such a fool. That belt, I'm going to give it to you this way. I'll get it for you. I'll get it from you. So just wait, you damn champion." Okay, direct translations. So Momo leaves. Mikey gets the mic. Says, I'm not at all safe, but I succeeded in defending myself. Thank you so much to all the customers." And she pretty much starts thanking everybody and does the big gold that she's kind of she wants to keep watching the past history, but she's the one that's going to be leading this company to the future. So yeah, it's the era of the Empress.
Yeah. What else can you say?
Nothing. Yeah. All right, it's time to get out of here. So, you can find. I'm just trying to. Okay. You can find me on the X at that kind of guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that kind of dude. Facebook, you can find me under Melball Wrestling Talk on Facebook. Our channel that I don't go on much, but I have alerts for it. It's weird. You can also find me on YouTube right here at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk on YouTube. You can also find us at sundaysbenefits.com or patreon.com/SNMA radio for only $4 American per month. If you want to hear us in the audio form, check us out there. You can also find us over on OLE on the X at that. On the X and Instagram and Threads at Oli Podcast, on YouTube and Twitch at Our Local Establishment, and also on Facebook and TikTok at Our Local Establishment. You can find me Wednesdays, every so often, I'm doing Marvel Talk with my boy OLED. As you watch this, there will already be an episode happen because I'm going live right after finish this recording. My boy OLED, we're going to talk Iron Man 3 on the MCU Rebound on Marvel Talk there. So we're talking Iron Man 3, so please check that out on the YouTube page. And then you can find us on Fridays, Japanese Wrestling Update at 8 o'clock, or is it? But yeah, 8 o'clock on Fridays for the Japanese Wrestling Update. Me and my girl Melball. And one last thing, I want to give a shout out to our boy Mike the Rev, youtube.com/@backbreaker video, where you can find all the content he simulcasts for us, along with Asher Bizarre stuff is over there. And then you can watch all his AEW watch alongs there. And if you want to see his AEW watch alongs live, go to twitch.tv/Mike the Ref to get all his AEW watch alongs on Wednesdays and Saturdays and every pay-per-view. And also, don't forget to check out all the other gaming content he has over there. You can see replays of that over at youtube.com/@backbreaker_gaming, where you can find content from him, Mr. PJC, Mr. Rick Jules, and their freaking guest, Kayla J.
Kayla J. Kayla J.
Kayla J.
Kayla J. We love Kayla J.
We do. Melba, where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Mastodon, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Instagram at Melball Collins. You can also find me, as Andre mentioned, on Our Local Establishments programming, Japanese Wrestling Update, which is on Fridays at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, unless it's not. And then we'll let you know. Otherwise, we're usually there at 8 p.m., whether it's pre-recorded or live. You can also find me on Astro Kazara's YouTube channel where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We're going to be having an episode coming out soon all about the ladies, so stick tuned to our socials. Stay tuned to our socials to say when that's coming out. If you're wanting to watch Stardom Wrestling, we will leave a link in the description box down below. It is stardom-world.com. It is 920 yen or approximately 10 Canadian. Shout out Sean Spears and congratulations being back on NXT in the production capacity. Still a great price to watch some amazing professional wrestling. Audrey, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
No, I just want to say thank you all to everybody. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Don't forget to share us out to all your friends, family, and on all the other thugonomics in the world. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
And if you're listening, and if you want to hear us on iForm, SundanceMainEvent.com.
And that being said, I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. Oh, my shoulders. We will see you next time. Mwah.